Panthers and the Detroit Lions. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield got his man there. It's Wallace complete. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The first carry for Josh Adams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try the left side. Dobbins, he's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after try forthcoming. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Mayfield. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they try the right side here. And some room to maneuver. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On 3rd down, Mayfield looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
This is taken at about the 14. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Off play action. Pryor flush to his right. He's going to look deep for more. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's taken to the 26. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions will take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Brian Burns getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Mayfield looks to throw. Now Mayfield lost the football. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And it's taken in at the 9. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. On first down, Dobbins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
You got him. You got him. Check 24. Check 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Heading back out, Baker Mayfield, as we call up our player spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to...
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On first down, this is Adams. Powers ahead at the 45. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Now Mayfield lost the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And he'll give it here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now they try the right side here. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
You got tight right there. Check 9, check 9. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a handoff looking right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on 3rd down, Pryor. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Looking to throw. Pryor looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he will find his man on the outside. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Get in the weight room.
4th down, Mayfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Give me that ball, defense. 66. Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. I got him. Hey, check. Let's go. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Screen. Check 43.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
65. Hey, switch gears. Hey, let's go.
Now a give running right is Love. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On first down, Dobbins. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Hey, hold on. I got one. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Yeah. For this, man. They're not ready for this. They still got to
Off the play fake. Pryor. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Hey,
Off play action. Pryor eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Pryor. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
On 1st down, here's Love. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a handoff here to his running back. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Off play action. Pryor. And he's got his target. That's more. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Third and long for Mayfield. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Chris Jones.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Mayfield on 1st down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. One last shot for Mayfield here. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this